All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Napoleon Macro Show. Ford is on the list for an update, and I want to show you that Ford is at a very pivotal moment. The buyers usually step in near this level, so let's all just kind of comb through the details here to see if we can make sense of this. And I also want to leave you with one critical range. Okay, I'm going to show you the range that is it appears that it's breaking out right now. But I'm going to show you a very critical alternative range just in case, pardon the noise in the background, the buyers are about to let this market move lower before stepping in. And that's what we're going to explore, guys. So let's get into it. Welcome back, loyal family. If you're new here, we only explore price action. Thanks for sticking around, all of my loyal subscribers. Let's dive into the charts here, shall we? So today's April the 5th. 2022, and the previous close of Ford is going to be $15.82, slightly negative close, 5% for the day. Okay, I'm going to have to turn these off for now. All right, guys, so welcome back. Let's see if we can go over this chart for you wonderful folks. All right, so there it is. Very beautiful setup and ascending channel where Ford was finding, just support and resistance within this channel. Resistance, support, breakthrough, fail. And right now it's back at the support level. Well, it has acted as support in the past. So let's see if the buyers are actually going to step it up here, because honestly, if the buyers are going to step in here, like seriously, it has to happen before this weekly candle close. All right, I'll say that again, guys, because the reason that I say that is because of this candle right here. Because remember, guys, I understand candles very well. Well, at least I think I do, right? This candle right here, see this green candle? Sometimes when you see this candle, this is kind of like, I call it a desperation push before the flush out. All right, so I know that sounds weird, guys. It's a weekly candle here, and it's at the support line. So they had that one last final push, and then of course, as a result, the market is it's just kind of, it's bleeding out, so to speak. Okay, but this is an active weekly candle. We have about 2 days and 20 hours for this weekly candle to fully develop. If the buyers are still here, like seriously, they have to zip tie this entire move and like move the market higher than like $18. Okay, and it has to happen within 3 market days. I'll explain that again, guys. I'm not sure. I want to make sure everyone is clear about this, because if this does not happen, I'm going to give you the alternative range for Ford right now, because I think the markets will move lower, not because it closes a negative candle. I'm sorry, as a negative day. It's because I understand the countdowns of the duration of countdown duration is the same thing, right? I understand the time frame that it will need to take for the price to do a specific gesture before the close in order for it to maintain support within a specific pattern. Does that make sense? So in this case, weekly candles, and so far, the weekly candles have maintained beautiful support within this ascending channel, right? Or at least for the most part, support above this blue line. So right now it's pretty critical. It's showtime. The buyers had better step in this week. Otherwise, here's the range, guys. Forget about this ascending channel. Just erase your memory from anything that you just seen of that. And here's a critical range right here. Voila. And I'm going to like that color. Why don't I have that color? Something like such right there. Okay, so if you are a long-term investor in Ford, I would definitely bring your attention to this range right about here. Let's just get the colors going. Sorry, guys, I'm just pretty anal about my colors. All right, for no particular reason. I'm not sure if someone wants to kind of twist, the colors and say something about the colors. All right, so the red line is going to be at approximately 1607, and the blue line is 1346. Now let me say, okay, well, tell us, how do you get those lines? Like, how do you understand those lines? Good question. I'm glad you asked. So basically, it's the previous level of resistance right here, the red line. And then if you take one more step down, it is the resistance level before that resistance level. Okay. Now, the reason I always, in this case, the reason that I chose the resistance levels only is because naturally what I would do is just use the range of the previous level of resistance, meaning that this resistance level here in the higher low, I just kind of use this range, right? But I didn't do that because I was able to locate this previous level of resistance. It's kind of complicated, confusing, but just, always look for the previous level of resistance. This is the most important level right here, the red line. And yeah, just that's the most important line. And of course, if you are able to find the previous level of resistance, just put another line right about there. But if you can't find this line, just again, that would be the range. Again, because it's the previous level of resistance and it's the previous higher low. Hopefully I explained that well, okay? All right, so let's put everything back here. All right. So again, you have the levels 1607 all the way down to 1343. I know bulls, it's never going to get down to $13. You have to be open to that, guys. I don't make the rules. So if it comes down to that level, what you want to look for is first thing you want to look for is large shadows below the candle's bodies, preferably red candles, because if you notice on this candle here, this green candle, February the 22nd, 2022, the week thereof, very large shadow below the candle's body. Okay, that does represent buyers. Okay, so remember, this market can turn around before the close. The buyers still have an opportunity here, but they must make this move count before the close. I know I'm being repetitive, guys, but I want to make sure that we're clear about what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is a bearish video. I'm giving you the alternative range just in case. All right. So moving forward, if Ford is having trouble closing above 1607, then just assume it's subjected to this range and look for large lower shadows below the candle's bodies to identify some sort of buying interest. And at that moment, I would crank down my lower time frames, perhaps even the daily candles, to see if I can fine tune an alternative level of where the aggressive buyers are. I'm not seeing any aggressive buyers right now. Can that change tomorrow? Because just because I know someone timestamp, you said there was no aggressive buyers. At what I'm looking at now, I don't see any aggressive buyers. So again, if that changes tomorrow, you have the level 1607. This is the level that the buyers truly need to seriously. Tomorrow, before the close of the weekly, it has to happen fast, guys. 1607. All right, 1607. If that level acts as a ceiling, yeah, it's going to gravitate lower towards the blue line. All right, closer to the blue line. All right, 1343-ish. All right. So hopefully we've summarized everything. The market will likely continue lower if there's not an explosion before the weekly candle close. If the weekly candle just so happens to close below the 1607 level, assuming that it's not a fake out, you must assume that the price will naturally gravitate towards the serious buyers, which are at lower levels, and they're going to continue to attempt to push the price as low as they possibly can and attempt to push it all the way down to about 1343, which is where I think there will at least be an initial reaction, whether the aggressive buyers are there or not. There will at least be some sort of initial reaction to that level in an attempt to move the markets higher. And if they do, this will be the level that the buyers need to reaccomplish. Is that a word? Accomplish, okay? And get it above that level and attempt to continue the overall trend. All right. I personally think, and we'll close it out here, guys. I personally think the markets will remain under pressure because of this very large candle, guys. I showed this to one of our guys in the Discord. This large candle right here, guys, January the 3rd, that month in January, this is a monthly candle, guys. This is a large reversal candle on the monthly with a large shadow above the candle's body. Yeah, guys. When you see that type of candle, you have to assume that it's going to take like months for the market to at least find some sort of, buying interest to turn things around. Whenever you see like a candle like this, and in some cases, not all cases, guys, with the large candle above the candle's monthly candle, you have to assume that, okay, you guys know we look at the time, right? So you just simply say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly candles up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly candles down. This is the sellers, okay? The buyers thrust 4 months up. And right now the sellers are on their 4th monthly candle to the downside. So yeah, Ford is just fine if it stays above this, within this range. I mean, you can rest assured that the Ford buyers will attempt to continue the overall trend to the upside. Is it trending up? Yeah, it's still in an overall uptrend. I mean, this is the highest point, right? So this the Ford still needs to accomplish like $37. But yes, to summarize everything, the blue and red range. All right. Weekly candles, potentially even the higher time frames, if some buying interest is respecting this range, assume that the market is in preparation to move higher. 1343, guys, that's a line in the sand, okay? That summarizes everything. All right, even if it doesn't get remotely close to that level, it's fine. Assume the trend. The trend will likely continue to the upside. This is a long video, guys. All right, so if you don't mind doing me a huge favor before you go, by simply leaving an appropriate thumb, I'd appreciate it, below the video, and also leave a comment so that the YouTube algorithm can promote the video. If you guys are new, we also explored the alternative markets, Bitcoin and altcoins. So you can kindly subscribe with us, hit the bell, and we'll send that out to you momentarily. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your time. Remember to always have a strategy before you enter. Keep that positive energy flowing. We'll talk soon. And bye for now. Guys, you go.